This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm going to discuss the 11th hour again in Doctor Who, third video about it, and the theory that the universe, there's multiple timelines created because of the Doctor and the silence. Now, the universe 1 that we have is the universe where Amelia Pond first encounters the Doctor, and then the Doctor leaves, and he does not see Amelia Pond until 12 years later, where she is Amy Pond. The second timeline we're going to discuss is where the Doctor went back in time after leaving Amy Pond, and, well, he did a test run on to the moon, and then I believe he went back to see Amelia Pond, which would change the timeline because he never visited her, because she was the girl who waited and the Doctor never came for 12 years. So we do see a clip where Amelia hears the TARDIS after sleeping outside overnight, and the Doctor comes, and we don't see what happened. Then there is timeline 3, which is the universe where the Doctor takes a young Amelia and he brings her in the house when it's nighttime, and he tells her stories of the TARDIS in hopes that she will remember him. There's also another timeline where we have the Pandorica timeline, where that universe was created, and Amelia's aunt takes her to the museum, and then I guess she fades out of existence. A fifth timeline would be the Wedding of River Song timeline, where Amy grows up to be an agent or something, and she works with River to try to restore the timeline. There's many different timelines, and if there's many timelines, there may be many versions of those characters, like River Song. We see in Time of Angels a very confident, very dominating River Song. Later on in the series, we see a River Song that is afraid and a little bit weaker than the River Song we saw in Pandorica and Big Bang. It could be a younger version of River Song, but just like we have different versions of Rory, there's different versions of River and different versions of Amy. So it could be the multiple timeline theory. Now, with the universe cracked, this could be that all these timelines did merge. The way to put it back would be the Doctor would have to separate these timelines, but which one is considered the real timeline? That is the question. I do believe that the silence were in the TARDIS since the 11th hour, and that every single spot that the Doctor went, out came a silence and stood behind. The Beast Below, Victory of the Daleks, Amy's Choice in the Dream World. It's just tons of places the Doctor visited, and every time he leaves the TARDIS, a silence pops out and just stays behind. I do believe that in the 11th hour, Amy looked up and she saw the silence in the ceiling, just like we saw in Wedding of River Song. They were in like some type of cocoon breeding or something. So there could be, there's so many scenes in the TARDIS where Amy looks like she's scared, or Rory or somebody, that they see the silence in the TARDIS. Now, in the TARDIS, they had that little creature sound that the silence makes. So I'm fully convinced that the silence had been dropped off every single spot that the Doctor went. I'm fully convinced that the reason the TARDIS would not open for the Doctor is because it was trying to fix itself with the silence inside, and then it recreated itself, but the silence is still in there. And the fact that the key was glowing is a sign of a new timeline taking shape, because the TARDIS, fixes itself around it, sort of like Father's Day, where it was phasing in out of existence, and then it got connected to the reality. So multiple timeline theory, and very connected to the girl who waited, you know, where we got to see a place that connected many different timelines. And also, I think that Amy's house or Jeff's house is a Logitech paradox machine, leading to many different timelines, many different Amelia Ponds, Amy Ponds, older Amy Ponds, everything. So I think that this is going to get cleared up with Series 7, and the end result will be no more Amy Pond and Rory, but River survives. So, alright, please leave your comments below, please subscribe, and thanks a lot.